Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Before we jump into a bunch of setups here for this week, and we will be using the EDGEFINDER, I do want to let you guys know that we are currently doing a massive discount sale off of our software, the EDGEFINDER. We've been doing this and building this software for about a year and 3 or 4 months now, and we've made a ton of updates and features. You can see all across the top left of the screen here, we have the smart money tracker, the retail sentiment tab, seasonal data or trends, central bank forecast. We have been working our butts off with building this software. And if you would like access to this thing for 50% off, we are currently running a promotion. The details will be linked down below in the description, and we are going to be, of course, using it in today's analysis. But I also want to let you guys know, if you message us with this video link down below in the description, you will be connected to a real person using our live chat feature, and I'll show you what that looks like. So if you use this link, you'll get 55% off, and this is because, again, we are doing a especially big discount for subscribers here on the YouTube channel. I do genuinely appreciate you guys. We've had a lot of support recently about our software tool.
I love it. I'm loving it.
And kind of just the updates that we've been doing. So we did want to offer for people who have been on the sidelines, if you've been thinking about getting the tool, this is the time to take advantage.
Seize the day.
Let's take a look at some chart setups, and we'll use the EDGEFINDER so you can think about if you'd like to get access to it yourself. Again, no pressure. We do appreciate the subscription support here on YouTube. Just your views and your comments and that sort of thing are thankful enough. But if you would like to get your hands on the software yourself, take advantage of the sale today. Euro is trading up and it's making a move, right? We saw a big push to the upside here. Euro dollar, again, testing a level of resistance. If we look left on this chart, you can see we had a huge sell-off previously in this area. We saw some more resistance come into this area. And now the question is, are we going to be able to break this range that we've been stuck in? This is a 4-hour chart. So you can see 4-hour chart up here, and we continue to be kind of stuck in this range. But the dollar bearish case is actually looking half decent going into this week. So we'll come right back to the euro dollar, but look at this movement here. So we had a big breakout to the downside last week, and it does seem like participants in the market are kind of continuing that trend as we get started here today. I actually thought we would see a deeper retracement on the dollar, but no shot. It does seem like we already got the sell-off yet again with this big candle, and this is probably doing all right for my Nasdaq long trade, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But the dollar looking really weak here, and that's probably giving some potential for perhaps a breakout here on the euro dollar. If we drop it down to the 1-hour chart, you can actually see price action is looking really strong here as of the time of recording. We saw this kind of downward sloping trend line breakout, and we'll have to watch to see how these hourly candle closes. But if we're able to break up into the 1.10 levels, any pullbacks, in my opinion, look like buying opportunities on the euro against the US dollar. There's a couple reasons here for euro dollar specifically. If we take a look at the seasonal trends data, this is one side of things. I'm going to come right back to this, but first, actually, I want to show you the central bank forecast. If we take a look at the dollar, you can see that forecasts for the central bank in the US, the Federal Reserve, they're expected to start rate cutting in the back half of 2024. Now, I know that's forward looking, but the markets are forward looking, and whether you're a swing trader or even a day trader, it's important to know these concepts. Now, euro, not the same case. We have to redraw this line to show that rates are expected to remain elevated and unchanged for quite some time. So this is a divergence. And remember, higher rates generally cause a currency to be stronger. So that is actually a bullish divergence there for the euro against the US dollar especially. Just something to think about and put in your back pocket. In terms of seasonal trends, let's isolate the euro for a second and see where we're at with this to see if this is worth our time. Let me see if I can find euro USD. So euro USD does expect a slight positive month here in the month of July. If we're looking on the last 10-year average, the blue columns show the last 10 years average performance during the month of July. And so it is a slight positive expectancy, but nothing particularly crazy. However, we can take a look at the watch list and see if we can find anything euro specific that looks better. For example, what about EURJPY? EURJPY does actually get a buy rating on the EDGEFINDER. COT data looks really good. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Retail sentiment, seasonal trends, trend following, and of course the columns under the economic data are a little bit mixed, but we still get positive expectancy on when relating inflation and interest rates. And again, we'll break this down a little bit closer, but first let's take a quick look at the chart for EURJPY and see how things are going. So you can see here on the 4-hour chart, there's a little bit of a downward sloping market. So how do we play this? If the EDGEFINDER is giving it a bullish reading, does that mean to buy it right now? No. The EDGEFINDER gives us a fundamentalist view of the markets, and it gives us trading ideas that can be very, very useful, but it's not a technical indicator. So what I do personally when I'm using the EDGEFINDER to place trades is I'm looking for technical breakouts, but I'm using the EDGEFINDER's confluence factors from the fundamentals with my trading. We've had over 1,000 people purchase our software. And I know it sounds like a lot, but we've actually run a ginormous bill up in building the tool. So, full exposure, I think full transparency, I think we've spent probably over about $200,000 at this point in building the software. We're fully invested in it. We're all in on building this tool. And I hope that that shows not just, its usefulness, but also just from myself, the business owner, the A1 Trading Software Company owner. I just want to let you guys know, we are fully all in on this software. I use it in my trading. We love it. We stand by it and we work really hard on it. So in terms of this setup here, what I'd like for Euro Yen to actually look for a trade setup on the long side, the EDGEFINDER gives us a positive setup here, right? We get EURJPY +5, that's great, and this is bullish from a fundamental perspective, but the technical chart looks bad. So what am I looking for? A double bottom would be great starts, and then the question would be, can we actually get a breakout of this downward trend line? That, my friends, is what we use the EDGEFINDER for. We use it for fundamentals, but then we still have to do our technical trading that we always do. But the difference is we're doing technical trading while adding on some levels of confluence from the fundamentals from the EDGEFINDER. So this is a trade setup I really like on Euro Yen, and I will be watching for a break to the upside. This, of course, would also be good for my NAS trade. If Euro Yen moves up, probably my Nasdaq trade will see some more appreciation as well, as the yen getting weaker, which would cause, let's recap. Remember, newer traders, currency traders, look at this. JPY coming down, right? If the yen weakens, EJ would move up. If the yen weakens, it's probably global sentiment being positive because the yen is a safe haven. So people buy this when markets are fearful. People sell this when markets are optimistic. That's why I say EJ probably has some positive correlation with the Nasdaq. And you can take a look at that on your own time if you'd like to. There does actually seem to be a pretty good correlation there on the Nasdaq. Actually, be right back. I'll pause and I'll show you that correlation over time. All right, guys, just to follow up with that concept. So what I mentioned was that there is some positive correlation between EJ and Nasdaq 100. Right? So I trade the Nasdaq all the time. It is probably one of my favorite things. The NAS and the S&P are my favorite things to trade in terms of assets. Now, what I'm looking at, I know my camera is covering it, so I'll just pull this up. We're looking at the correlation between the Euro Yen and the Nasdaq, right? So we've got Nasdaq pulled up, and what you'll see here is that this being more positive shows a positive correlation, and this being more negative, this is a correlation coefficient indicator on TradingView. Feel free to pull that up on your own time. Being more negative would be inverse. So what we actually see is that there's a positive correlation between the two of them. Although it's not perfect, it's not like a one-to-one correlation, it still shows some positive correlation there. So back to the idea. All right, guys, so we're taking a look at Nasdaq, and I am still long NAS. Let me actually pull up my position so you guys can see it here. 1 second. All right, so here is my NAS position. I'm still back to break even. This trade has gone back and forth here. Last Friday was a really good move, followed by a really bad move for my trade. At one point, I was up about $1,300 on this trade, but then shortly after, it came all the way back down and still is just at break even for me. So I'm up $45 on this trade. Of course, by the time this video gets out, it will probably have moved one way or the other. But again, I shared this trade inside of our Discord channel, and I'm still holding it here. By the way, this is what the Discord trade alerts look like if you have not already joined the Discord. By the way, with that 50% off discount that we're doing with the EDGEFINDER, you can actually bundle it with a Discord membership. You get the Discord for like super cheap if you buy the EDGEFINDER and add on the Discord. That That's because we do want people who use the EDGEFINDER to also join our chats and get involved with the community. We do have a really great community of real traders, no hype, no get rich quick stuff, just real traders. So if you're interested in joining that, you also do get access to that with the EDGEFINDER. So like I mentioned, guys, earlier in this video, I know I'm pitching it a couple times, and it's because, again, I don't want you to miss it. If you've been thinking about getting access to the EDGEFINDER, we always have people who, after the sale ends, they say, oh, I didn't even hear about it. So this is your chance, 50% off the EDGEFINDER right now using the promo code and link down below in the description. But if you message us using that link in the description, you'll get an additional 5% off of your membership. So thank you guys for tuning into today's video. I hope it was helpful to you, and have a great day. Hey, guess what? I just found a video made just for you. Click this video to help with your trading, and thanks for watching.